So when you have the goal of swimming the English Channel, what's the first step? Swim to the moon.
Up and Adam!
Swim to the Moon is an open water swimming event in Gregory, Michigan that's put on by Epic Races. It seemed like a natural first step for me to start open water swimming and in an attempt to take a step towards swimming the English Channel. I want to swim the English Channel. It's been a lifetime goal, and I've never really done any open water swimming. So step one, open water swimming. Why not a 10K swim in lakes in the middle of Michigan? Now, Gregory, Michigan's near Ann Arbor. So it's not terribly far from where my son lives. So it just all seemed to make sense. So I just went and signed up for it. Now, I say I just went and signed up for it. That's not what happened. I decided I was going to sign up for it. But prior to actually signing up, I needed to test myself to make sure I could complete a 10-kilometer swim. So I went to the Park District swimming pool where I lap swim quite a bit, and decided I'm going to swim a 10K without stopping. And if I had to stop for whatever reason, then I wasn't ready for a 10K swim. So jumped in, went and did my 438 laps. And did it fine without stopping at all for anything, and took about 3.5 hours. So I felt pretty good that I can complete a 10K swim in open water. So then I went ahead and signed up for it. One thing I did find by lap swimming that much, 3.5 hours of lap swimming, was that it really started to hurt my hands, my fingers and my hands, from scooping the water and the water just putting backwards pressure on the fingers. So the fingers really started to ache, and I'd have to, clench them and make fists underwater to get them working again. I don't know if that's just me getting old, or if it's just I've never really swam that long before or that far before all at once. So that was one unusual side effect. So at any rate, with that done, hey, I went and signed up. Why not? And the race was on a Sunday. Saturday was packet pickup, so I went up there Saturday to pick up the packet, saw the actual beach where we would start the swim, and got signed in, got my packet. Then I went and jumped in the water. There's another group of people there for the race also that were also getting in the water, and we all just swam out to the buoys. And I swam out to the first big orange buoy and turned around and swam back to the beach, and swam back to the buoy and back to the beach a second time, and I felt pretty good. One thing was that the water was very murky and I couldn't see in it very well. And I was wearing my smoked colored lenses that are polarized for my swim goggles. And that made it even worse. So putting my head in the water, I couldn't see anything. And that kind of freaked me out. I'm not used to that. And so I decided right then and there, shot over to Dick's Sporting Goods, and I picked up a pair of clear goggles. I felt like I could see better. The water would still be murky, but I'd be able to see further into the water than I could with my dark goggles. And so I did that. Went and had dinner with my son Saturday night. We went to Lucky's Steakhouse, had some good steaks, and then went to the hotel for the night. Sunday morning, up at the crack of dawn to be there in time. So the race was going to start at 6:30, which oddly enough was like sunrise. We were there at the event prior to sunrise, so it was still kind of dark. And had our pre-race meeting, and it was rather cold that morning. It was like 52 or 54 degrees or something like that, air temperature. And the water temperature was like 72. So it was like, okay, can't wait to get into the warm water and warm up some. So yeah, then they just started us according to our estimated swim times, and chip timed, so it didn't matter when anyone started or stopped. And we took off. The 10K swimmers started first at 6:30. The 5K swimmers started, I want to say, at like 7:30. But the 5K swimmers were starting from our turnaround point. So the course was 5 kilometers. And for the 10-kilometer swimmers, we're swimming out to the 5K mark, turning around and coming back. So that was our 10K. And it was actually through several lakes. So it was like a chain of lakes, which was very awesome. And so I get out to that first buoy, everything's fine, and then I don't see any more buoys. Come to find out, what happened was Epic Races, they'll check their buoys to see which ones are the best, if any are popped, which ones inflate and whatnot. And they go with the best buoys that they've got. And they make that decision like the day before when they're setting out the buoys for the course. And so after the first big giant orange buoy, which was terrific, I could see no problem, they had a series of several smaller ones that are the yellowish greenish safety green color, which were smaller. And I wasn't prepared for that. And so from that point, I'm like, I don't see the buoys. Where are the buoys? And that's where the comedy started. So I'm not used to sighting. I'm not used to putting my face in the water and not being able to see things. So with the clear goggles, putting my face in the water, I could see better than I did the day before, which helped calm me a little bit until I was turning and looking into the rising sun. And then I was wishing I had my polarized goggles back on. Because there's a good 15 minutes where that sun was just boom, right in my eyes, and I couldn't get away from it. But like I said, that was only about 15 minutes, and then it didn't. The sun was high enough, didn't bother me anymore. So then my next problem is sighting, finding the next buoy and trying to swim towards it. So when I finally find the buoys and realize, oh, they're the smaller green ones, start swimming towards them, and I look up, Okay, I'm too far to the right. Swim to the left, get to the buoy, swimming for a while, some more, boom, 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 look up, and okay, I'm still to the right. I need to swim to the left. And as it turns out, there's a bit of a current pushing me away from the buoys. I didn't realize it. So I'm trying to make an adjustment for, a calm pool of water and not an actual lake. Ultimately, I got to the point where, yeah, I was taking a look up to do my sighting every stroke for a while. I decided, well, that's silly. So take a couple strokes in sight and all of that. So I went past the first aid station where they had water, Gatorade, that sort of thing, and decided to stop at the second one, get a drink of water. So the first one is actually set up on a sandbar, and you can swim right up to it, stand up, have a drink or whatever, throw it, and then, run off the sandbar and jump back in and swim away. Quick and easy. The second one is completely, it's in 20 foot of water. You can't stand at all. It's way off of the course. So, it's like a 25-yard swim off of the course to get to it, and then get a drink, and then get back onto the course. So, in my opinion, that was the worst possible aid station to go and stop at, and that's the one I stopped at. And from swimming the lap pool and not stopping at all, I really didn't feel like I needed to stop. But at the turnaround point, we were able to check some gear or special needs items if we wanted to. So I had a bottle of water with some electrolyte powder in it at the turnaround. So I wasn't terribly worried about any of the aid stations. So, the whole first 5K, I'm trying to find my way. When I got to the buoy, I would basically stop and look, where's the next buoy? Where am I supposed to go? Which was crazy. I say I probably swam 12K because of all of my weaving back and forth, trying to find buoys or currents taking me off of the course and me having to swim back towards the course. It was a wonderful learning experience for me. All of these things I did not know about open water swimming. So, at any rate, got to the turnaround. I had my electrolyte drink ready and chugged that as fast as I could and jumped right back in to go back the other way. And so then I tried a couple other ways of sighting, and I wasn't real happy with that. And then I got to about 2/3 the way done. Probably the 4-mile mark is probably a good estimate of where I was at. I decided I'm just going to take one look up, sight the next buoy, or the buoy that I've already sighted, and then I'm just going to put my head down and swim 6 strokes and take a peek up and see where I'm at. I figured 6 strokes, if I'm going the wrong way, shouldn't take me too far off course, and that any more than that, I could get too far off of course. So I was concentrating on that, taking 6 strokes and then lifting my head to sight the buoy. And then I'd put my head back down, and then I just powered the 6 strokes, and then lifted the head up to check for the buoy, and then powered my strokes. And that's the way I went all the way back to the finish. So I went 2 miles, that last 2 miles Felt great. I didn't feel like I was zigzagging. I didn't feel like currents were taking me, sweeping me off of course, or anything like that. I felt like I found my method. I found a way that really worked, where I could see the buoys and swim towards them, and still be strong and swimming quickly. So, so having figured that out, I wanted to keep going. you know, um, so that's the tales of my inexperience at open water swimming. But I'll tell you what, epic races are a great bunch of people. They put on a great event, and it's a great location. The Half Moon Lake Beach, which is where the swim gets the name from, Swim to the Moon. It's Half Moon Lake, where the swim starts and where the finish line is. And it was a great experience for me. I did figure that, going forward when I'm swimming outside, that I would go with the polarized goggles in the future. Because for how much the clear goggles helped me, just to calm my nerves, the polarized goggles would have helped me throughout the day with the sun and the glare of the sun reflecting off the water, and trying to see those green buoys with the sun hitting the waves. But at any rate, live and learn, and did my first 10-kilometer swim, 3 hours, 36 minutes. But like I said, I think I probably went 12 kilometers. I started that race. I was all over the map. I had no way of knowing where I was at, where I was going. And I was very erratic there at the beginning. So at any rate, I'm happy that I finished it. I feel like it's a first step towards long distance open water swimming for the English Channel, which is, as you all know, is one of my goals. So at any rate, I'm going to put some of the pictures up here from the race. I didn't take any pictures. There was nobody at the race with me to take pictures of me. So these are just the pictures from the race. And the pictures I did take are of the beach the day before. So here's a picture of the beach on Saturday morning. And then we've got the pre-race meeting. Their photographer caught me there in the background. If you zoom in, you can see that that's me. And then I'm striding into the water confidently, the before picture. And then a couple pictures of me looking strong, swimming. And then a couple pictures of me with my head up, looking around. Where am I? Where am I supposed to go? Like I said, searching for buoys. That's what I did most of the day. And then there's the pictures of me coming out of the water from their photographers. And then, of course, there's the official finisher certificate with my time and my place on there in my age group and overall. And then there's a picture of the beach towel that every 10-kilometer swimmer was given for finishing the 10K. And then one other goodie, which was interesting, is the finisher's medal. So here I've got finisher's medal, real nice, swim to the moon. It's kind of rubberized on a nice lanyard. And until you turn it over and you find out, it's a luggage tag here with the the plastic, strap it to the handle of your luggage. Very interesting finisher's medal. Very unique. But like I said, I don't have a bad thing to say about it. I loved it. It was a great experience. I'm probably going to go back and do this one again because it really was fun. So that's all. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like this video, then that's okay. Put in the comments why you didn't like it. Nobody will blame you. And subscribe, and we'll keep putting out some videos here. And let's up and at 'em. Feet on the floor. We're going to take a step towards each one of these goals. First step for the English channel's done. On to step 2. Let's go up and at 'em.